What's up, my good people? January 22nd, 2026. So, just going to run through the weekly watch list and, just kind of go through what happened this week. So, ES, I stayed away from. You see a lot of grayed out zones. I know we had a lot of earnings this week and a bunch of announcements from El Presidente. So, didn't do anything with ES this week. I was really watching, I marked up some zones for YM. Those played out, looks like. I'm sorry, NQ. So we got a nice little bounce off of this supply zone earlier this week. Back, that's the old one on the second. That one played out again on Monday. So you got a 2-to-1 out of that. And just for context purposes, let's put on paper trading because we can't be showing real accounts when we doing education. That's a no-no. We get in trouble. Stop loss. That was a 14. Let's call it $1,500 trade, or 150 if you're doing micros. So we go for at least our money back, but I like to get double if we can, and we did on that one. So you got 300 or 3,000 depending on how you traded it for each contract. The Russell fresh new zone just plotted today on the 1 hour. You'll get this on the watch list. YM played a lot of YM this week. It actually plots the entries and exits. So we took the breakout earlier this week. That was that $1,400 one we talked about. What we got in for one contract going short or whatever you chose to do. It's just an idea. We got out around this area for like 1,400 flat. So that played out nicely on the breakout. It actually played out on the reversal earlier last week. This week we didn't take it again because it worked out last week. The short worked out last week as well. Zone to zone, like both of those were textbook perfect. This second demand zone down here didn't quite give you a 1-to-1. Stop loss was there. Take profit was up here. Yeah, it was just short to me. I mean, it was almost there, but it was just shy of 1-to-1. Did it? No, it did hit 1-to-1. Okay, we did get 1-to-1 off of that one. Depends on the stop. Let's see, 600. Yeah, we may have been just shy on that. So anyway, that one was an L if you took that one without a confirmation or anything. But the rest of them played out. This one is still in play. I think I just missed the mark though. We missed this volume profile shelf right here. I think I had the zone a little low because I was looking at it from a 1 minute time frame, but still could get a reaction off of that zone. There's still more volume there that hasn't been tapped, but we are making a major run up. Trump just announced that he's backing up off the tariffs off of the European countries, so we could see some continuation to the upside on the indices. As far as YM goes, Russell, yeah, rolling. Let's go to gold. Gold was just on an absolute tear again. People with the fear factor deal going on, but new highs, man, breaking records all week, all week. A little demand zone down here. This little area has already been tapped. Not going to mark that off. Plus, it was the end of the day. Copper, new zones. This is active right now, playing out today. May still get some play out of it through maybe midday tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday here in the U.S. We got Tokyo opening up tonight. They may give it a little action with this copper zone. So we'll see what they do. Silver on a tear just like gold, all-time highs. Crude oil, we got a nice demand zone that has not been hit yet. Two of them actually. Um, I'll wait for a confirmation entry on every zone I take. Wait for it to go in and come back out. Gas, rocket ship. The contracts are about to switch over. We're still on the February contract, 2,200 and 2,031, volume. The March one it just passed it up just now. Okay, today. So we should be rolling to the March sometime soon. Heating oil, not fooling with that right now. Crude oil is doing enough. Just called out this zone this morning. It is in play. This is the British pound. We hit the supply zone just now. White line is when I mark these zones up. The latest that was from 9 o'clock today, and we just got there already. So context, the currencies are less expensive than the indices and all that. So you know we paid out on that one already on 2 to 1. Still could break out. Still may come in and continue down. We'll just see what the market wants to do. Again, you'll get this on the watch list and the layout for this week. We've got a new zone up here in Euro that hasn't been, it's been tapped once, but still might have a little life in it. We hit a 4 hour demand zone earlier, we called out. So we'll be waiting to see what happens with that. Nothing on yen for me. Euro USD, as far as Forex goes, same thing as the 6E. We hit that demand zone, we tapped the supply zone. We'll see if it has a little more life in it today. We got a prior month high up here we need to be worrying about. So if we break this supply zone, I'm still worried about that prior month high. So we'll be waiting on that. If we break this demand zone, however, I don't know if we will, then this was a prior monthly low too. So we may be able to break down to the next demand zone. Great Britain pound, not in play for me this week. Bitcoin, I'm not playing with it this week. Johnson & Johnson, from a stock perspective, they were making a nice run up. They had earnings this week. They dropped after earnings, then they made a run back up. Still respecting this trend channel. I'm going to go to a daily since stocks move a little slower. So very clean bull channel right now. So whenever we get to the top, I'm always a little cautious. It did pull back down here to the bottom or closer to the bottom. So we'll see how that continues to play out. Netflix is making a head and shoulders pattern. Shout out to the world renowned Cookie Brown for actually calling this out. So left shoulder head, potential right shoulder may form right where we see this little base drop area. Let me mark that off as a little supply zone on the daily. Let's take the high of this candle. That's roughly it. High 103.93, 93, 109.93. Okay, so we could come back to that area. That's pretty clean if it does do that and run right back down here. So know you play head and shoulders with maybe this retracement. It could break above this though. Or you wait for the neckline to break. So wait for it to break through, go back down, and continue downward. Maybe to this area right here. So that's what we're looking at on that Netflix one. All right, then we've got Intel. Oof, I got an Intel a while ago. Intel has been on an absolute tear. Look at the upswing on this thing. Of course, everybody knows. Look, up 12%. We know that government bought into it. They partnered with Nvidia, so Intel has been on the roll. Long time coming, man. They've been much higher than this in the past. They've been up to 75-ish dollars, let's call it that. We're at 55. Expect when people get up that high, they may start retreating or taking off some profits. So Intel still in play. ETFs didn't play any of those this week because we play futures. So the markups for the Bitcoin, well, QQQ, which is NQ, Diamonds, which is the YM, IWM is Russell, and gold, it's gold. Those are similar to what I have on the futures instruments for those assets. So that's a quick little recap on the week. More to come for this Sunday. So if you are in the school community, you know that we have the calendar. So on the calendar, this upcoming Sunday, I'll be doing the weekly market outlook. So we'll go through the economic reports, earning reports, hot financial news topics, run through some demand zones and supply zones. Then, you guys, the community members, can jump in and discuss whatever it is you want to discuss. If you got a trade idea, if you're curious about a particular instrument, or just open dialect and dialogue, that is when we'll have opportunity to do that. And of course, these supply and demand zones will be in the S&D zones watch list. So by default, it's on all, but you can filter through economic reports, earnings reports, general discussions where you can ask questions. So that is good. If you hit more, stock market games is something I'm doing with the youth, with the 100 Black Men. Shout out to the brothers. Stocks, options, and ETFs will all be in this tab. Futures, I may start breaking them out. Also, same thing with Forex and crypto. So have a great rest of the week. Look forward to seeing you all on Sunday for those that can make it. And happy trading, my good people. Stay blessed. Peace.